We are the restaurant brokers, and we sell restaurants.
We started the nation's largest restaurant brokerage firm over a decade ago.
Atlanta, Georgia was our starting point, but our brand is spreading nationwide. We define restaurant brokerage and help buyers just like these.
Our dream, our goal, open up a restaurant, loving life, serving people breakfast and lunch, and then enjoying the rest of the day with them and ourselves.
Buying an existing restaurant, leasing a closed restaurant space, or purchasing a restaurant franchise. We help buyers satisfy their appetite for acquisition.
I'm part of a husband and wife team with this fella.
Working with my wife has been a lot of fun. The ultimate goal for everybody here is to make this work. And because we have different strengths, we bring different angles to the deal.
The process begins with our powerhouse website, WeSellRestaurants.com, where buyers sign online confidentiality agreements and browse restaurants for sale.
Then we send buyers undercover to check out a restaurant and decide if it's the right one for them.
Buyers get our proprietary business analysis tool with all the financial details on the business for sale.
After studying the restaurant inside and out, it's back to our office.
We're deal makers. We write contracts and negotiate terms for buyers and sellers. That's why we sell more restaurants than any other firm in the nation. We are the restaurant brokers. Our name says it all. I'm Robin Gagnon.
And I'm Eric Gagnon, and we sell restaurants. We started the nation's largest restaurant brokerage firm, We Sell Restaurants, over a decade ago. You can find us online at WeSellRestaurants.com.
We're also on your radio once a week with the leading authorities in the restaurant industry talking about subjects trending in this business. We love it. So tweet your questions on the topic while we're on the air. You can catch up with us on our Twitter handle at Sell Restaurants. Post to our Facebook page, facebook.com/WeSellRestaurants. If we don't get to your question, we'll follow up on social media.
Our goal is to satisfy your appetite for acquisition, feed the need for restaurant reality, and serve up a recipe for business success. If you have any ideas or any comments about the show, feel free to send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. My email address is eric, E-R-I-C, @WeSellRestaurants.com.
Chef, you've been chopped. No, not really. Today we're talking to chefs that heard those words, or better yet, won their challenge on Chopped. Chefs, foodies, and restaurant operators, go ahead, sit by your radio, because we are going to hear what's happening behind the scenes of the hit TV show Chopped. What did these contestants think about that box of crazy ingredients? How did they handle the pressure? Did it change their career track or open up a new opportunity? All that and more on today's show.
And to start off, our first guest today is Chef Brandon Frohne. Chef Brandon approaches contemporary American and European cuisine with energy and creativity while honoring ingredients of quality and paying respect to the origins of Southern cooking. His creativity, connection to the local culinary community, and passion for farm-to-table cooking contribute to Mason's distinctive dining experience. Chef Frohne gathers inspiration from working with a dynamic culinary team, experimenting with conceptual dishes, and working with local farmers and artisans. Chef Frohne's culinary creativity has been recognized by local and national press, including Nation's Restaurant News, Every Day with Rachel Ray, Forbes Travel, Southern Living, Taste of the South, and many more. Thank you for joining us today, Chef Frohne.
Good morning.
Okay, love it. Chef is from Nashville. So our second Chopped contestant today is Chef Anna Maria Santarelli. Under the leadership of Anna Maria Santarelli, her restaurant delivers authentic Italian cuisine. She has a space in Larchmont that is charming, warm, and welcoming. Born in Naples, Anna Maria delicately prepares delicious Neapolitan classics like eggplant parmesan. See, I'm just getting hungry talking about this. Her mother's unmatched recipe, her signature dish, linguine crab meat, shrimp and shiitake mushrooms, and many more. As the former executive chef of Gracie Mansion, Anna Maria has served countless celebrities since opening her doors in 2006. She's been equally enthusiastic serving the local community, and she also had her chance at Chopped. Chef Anna Maria, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. I'm excited to be on your show.
Good. And to complete the panel today, we have Chef Shehu Fitzgerald. Chef Shehu is a nationally renowned chef who is known for creating enticing variation of classic American, Asian, Latin, French, Italian, and Caribbean cuisine. As a result of his extensive intercontinental culinary training and work experience at acclaimed resort, Chef Shehu has been able to take some of the world's favorite recipes and infuse them with exciting new flavors. His talents were showcased on the Food Network highly popular show Chop program, of course, where he won the show's national competition. Chef Shea also recently appeared on The Taste, an American cooking team reality competition series on the ABC TV network. Chef, thank you so much for being here today.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, I just have to, start off by asking the single question that's on everybody's mind, and that is, you don't know what you're going to get in that crazy box. How on earth do you prepare for this venture? Chef Brandon, why don't you start us off? How do you prepare, and what do you do to psych yourself up and get ready for a crazy cast of foods that you've got to put into something enticing in a very short period of time?
Well, I don't think anything can really help you prepare for what you're kind of faced with when you go up there and compete. First of all, it's a competition, so stresses are high. There's drama. There's fire, and in my case, there's cuts. Yeah, and so I think lots of caffeine helped me be able to get as far as I did. But I kind of went in with this game plan of, these are like 5 appetizers, these are 5 entrees, and these are like 5 desserts that would kind of be my go-to depending on the ingredients that I got. And kind of backfired on me a little bit because the first time I went on Chopped, they changed up the round. So instead of appetizer, entree, dessert, it was breakfast, lunch, dinner. And so
those sneaky devils.
I'm kind of OCD, and I was like, oh my God, this isn't what I planned for. I don't know what to do. And so it was interesting.
Great. So, Anna Maria, how about you? Did you do any special deep breathing, special exercises? What did you do to get ready?
Basically, you're really not ready. You just have to be determined. And I knew it was a competition, and I was ready for the challenge. I was frightened. I'm not going to deny that. But it was. I could tell you that it was overwhelming for me. I never been on TV before. I never competed before. I didn't know what was going to be in that basket. I said to myself, "Stay positive. You're going to make it. You're going to do it." And that was what was in my mind. That I wanted to win so bad. And when I wanted to be a winner. Obviously, and that went through my head constantly. I just was nervous, and I didn't want to show that, but I really was, and I just felt that I was going to do the best I could, to be in that situation. That basket was nerve-wracking to me. They give you things that you're not familiar with, and you're going to go for it, and you're going to make it, and you're going to make a beautiful plate, and that's what was my determination.
Good. Wow. How about you, Shehu?
For myself, it was, just like the other contestants here, the guests here today, it is very nerve-wracking. And, when you're going up and you have no clue what's going to happen, what you're going to get, like preparing yourself, there's not anything you can really do to prepare. The most thing you can do is like have like some like your go-to dishes, and and those are the things that you can do right away on the spot, on the fly, for almost any situation. For myself, I was kind of actually lucky when I got my basket ingredients, because almost all the ingredients I've used before in some form of way. So I was kind of fortunate. Now it's just like, just trying to deal with like having like this whole wall of cameras and crew, people watching you and every little thing, and trying to impress the judges. That was like one of my main concerns. And then, so when I first started, I didn't know what to do. I was kind of like shell shocked. So I say the first thing I'm going to do now for the first few minutes was just prepare my ingredients, chop them up, dice them up, slice them, or whatever it is, until I can actually figure out exactly what I'm going to prepare. So that was like, and that's how I kind of took the first round at it.
Love
That's
that.
a good area because the clock is still running, so you got to do something, right?
Yeah, exactly. You got to do something. You can't sit there and, like, if I'm at work, I'll sit down with a pad and pen and pull up a bunch of books and try to knock out some ideas of what I want to make. But right now, it's just like, I got to do something. So let me just start chopping, start getting everything ready, and then next thing I do is I grab my plates. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use them or not, but let me just do something.
Sure. Hey, a question probably a lot of people listening that are, working in kitchens around America right now, and Anna Maria, maybe you can take that one first. Is how did you get picked? How did you get picked to be on that show?
Very interesting is that I have a customer who actually talked to me about this particular show, Chopped, and I had no idea what Chopped was. I don't watch TV that often. I'm always in the kitchen. And she submitted my resume. She asked me for my resume, and I said, whatever. And then I was picked. I had no idea what this show was about, like I said before. I was like, I don't want to do this, I'm not sure about this. So I watched one episode. I'm like, oh, my God, this is crazy. I don't know. I'm sure I can handle to a certain degree, but, knowing a little bit about the show, and I just felt that, I was unsure. But then I said, I am going to give her a chance. I'm going to go for it. And they basically picked me, and I tell you, I loved it. I truly loved it. I liked the challenge. I loved the fact that I was picked number one. I felt like on top of the world. Wow, I'm going to be on TV. So it really gave me a great drive to myself to go for more in my life. I really wanted to be on TV, and I think that was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Wow. That's fantastic. The best thing that ever happened to me. I'm going to tweet that for sure. That's phenomenal. So, Chef Brandon, that was an interesting...
I just loved it. I loved being on the show because it gave me an experience of a lifetime to bring me to the next level.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Chef Brandon, now, Anna Maria had a customer who put her forward for Chopped. How did you end up on Chopped?
So, I believe the way it went down was that we actually had a casting producer reach out to us about it, our restaurant, and we had just previously did a show on Travel Channel called Chow Masters, and so our restaurant was really it was drawing a lot of traction, and we've been getting a lot of cool recognition for some of the food that we're doing at the restaurant. So I think the buzz was just kind of going around, and maybe they asked some people in the community, who should we talk to about this. So we ended up getting the phone call and asking, is this something that you're interested in? And, I sat down and I thought about it, and I thought that it would be exciting to compete on the show because, like, you sit and watch the episodes and, like, just crazy stuff happens, all the time. And for one, I was like, I don't even know if I could do this, I feel like I'm a pretty competitive person, but at the end of the day, I was like, let's give it a shot. And so I kind of went and I said, you know what? I've got a crazy personality anyway. So I said, I'm going to take every risk I can. If I make it to the dessert round, I want to do the ice cream, I want to try to pull off a technique and just see if I can do it. It's, just for the challenge, and just for the adrenaline of the competition.
So, Chef Shea, you won, actually. What happened since you've won? Has that changed really the trajectory of your career?
For me, it's definitely brought some recognition to myself and to my my skill set and everything. But for myself, it's like I work in a lot of hotels a lot of time, and I do a lot of different things for myself. So it has brought a lot of recognition for doing events and appearances for different places, and so in that sense it has brought me a new aspect to my career.
That's great. Now, do you keep in touch with the other contestants? And go ahead and follow up with that if you don't mind, Chef Shea, and then I'll have the others let me know. Are you in touch with the folks that were in your round?
Well, people that were in my rounds, no, I wasn't, because when you go in, it's one day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one very long day, and obviously once you get eliminated, they send you home. So if you didn't exchange phone numbers, when you first there, it's a competition. So I'm like, I don't really want to talk to nobody. I'm an old school athlete, and so I'm like, yo, I'm not here to be buddy.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't want to I don't want to show that I'm very nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're all nervous and stuff. So I'm just trying to keep to myself, especially when I'm in a new situation. I kind of glorify myself and just kind of get my thoughts together and just try to focus on what I'm going to do. So in that sense, I didn't get a chance to talk to other people. And then the gentleman I went against in the final round, he was really kind of a jerk, and I really so that's kind of turned me off anyway. So I'm not really going to keep in contact with him.
Wow. How about you, Anna Maria?
Well, I didn't keep in touch with anyone. I agree with the chef just said. We didn't have that kind of relationship with anyone. We basically focused on try to be on the show and not to be nervous, obviously, but we did not have any kind of relationship with anyone. It's kind of like mostly like private. It's like you're on your own, and you really can't. You're not there to make friends. That's not the way the show works. Obviously, they watch you constantly, and so you just focus on what you have to do best, and to make sure that you win. And the most important thing to me is that I would finish at least my plate, and I didn't want to be cut. So that was the most important thing. Being on the show and not to be so involved with others, to keep the focus on yourself and on the show.
I think it's, to me, it's the whole idea of the multitasking. So one, you've got this very intimidating box of ingredients, and then you've got this very intimidating host and set of judges. What was it like to go before the judges? And then third, you've got microphones and cameras and everything else in your face. And is there a point where you're just so into the competition that the cameras and everything goes away to the side and you're just strictly focused, you're in the zone? Or, is that just constant pressure out there too? Chef Brandon, why don't you weigh in?
The pressure was pretty intense.
Yeah.
So first of all, there was this big clock that kept on whispering to you, hey, you're never going to finish on time. So that was the first thing that stuck out for me. And then you can also hear the judges kind of whispering and talking about maybe a technique you're doing or something you're cooking. So God forbid, you burn anything, you feel like you're being heckled. Yeah, and then and then it actually goes to the part of where you actually have to stand up in front of the judge, and they're just kind of staring at you and staring at your dish, and you're like, please, God, don't look me in the eyes right now. So it's it's very, very stressful, and I think for me, I did Chopped and then I did Chopped Redemption. So the second time I went on Chopped Redemption, I felt a lot more comfortable as far as cameras being in your face and hearing the judges heckle you or talk about things and the clock whispering at you. So I kind of went in and I said, you know what, just do what you do every day in your kitchen and just cook your butt off, and have a good time, and don't worry about your competitors beside you or the cameras. And it worked out pretty well. I didn't win, but I made it to the last round and lost by putting overturned ice cream on a plate. Which so yeah, it's there's a lot of stresses, and the stress is hard to describe. It's you're tired and you're racing against the clock, and you're kind of focused on what other people are doing, and it takes away from what you're doing. So some people buckle, and I think the biggest thing is if you ever watch the show, you see people start shaking their hands whenever they're plating. And I remember telling myself, I was like, that's not going to happen to me, I'm going to go in and I'm going to just do my best. And sure enough, when they call out, you got a minute left and you have to plate, you start shaking and you don't know how to stop.
That is great.
Yeah.
That's great.
How about you, Chef Shea? What was your pressure environment in there for you? How was it?
The pressure was it was on because I'm very confident in myself. I've been cooking for a very long time. And, the guy who was at my table, he was just laying it on real thick for the whole competition. And I was like, you know what, Shay, just take it in a moment, take a deep breath, and try to ignore this guy and just focus on what you're doing. And the first round, I kind of had this wide vision. And like I said earlier, I just started focusing on just cutting my stuff up because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Into the first 5 minutes, I kind of narrowed my vision down to exactly what I was going to do, and I felt more comfortable. I felt I felt in the zone. I just started going, and everything just started coming to me. And I just started remembering all the ingredients in the pantry because I was trying to soak in everything at one time and just trying to figure everything out. So that by that time, after the first 5 minutes, I just started going. When I go to the second round, and we're sitting there because they have in this back area. And you're there off and on all day, and that's nerve-wracking as well. But when you start cooking, I just got refocused back into what I was going to do. And the guy next to me was just talking junk so much, it just made me want to beat him even more. And
so he was trying to psych you out then. That was his whole game plan.
He was talking things like, I can't wait to get rid of some of these chefs around here, make some more room and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
At one point he he started putting pans on my stove. And it was the judge was like, the judge was like, yo, you have to keep all your stuff on your own equipment. I was like, yeah, go ahead. Don't worry about that. I don't need that burner.
Oh, my gosh. That's hysterical. Now, Anna Maria, did anything like that happen to you? Did you have a competitor that was, trying to mess with your mind going on?
Yeah, I had a total idiot, unfortunately. I just felt he was not even professional. I mean, at first we're under a lot of pressure, and you have lights and you have cameras. I mean, you have the judges. I mean, there's so much going on, and the only thing I kept saying to myself, just keep the focus on your basket, on your ingredients. I just couldn't look up because I just didn't want to, freeze, so to speak. I just wanted to get my work done. So I knew I was under a lot of pressure. I knew that if I lost it, that the clock kept ticking. So I knew that the most important thing to me was to keep myself together. And I did have this particular person next to me who I didn't call him chef. I did basically cursed him out on public television. And it was a lot of fun because he tried to distract me constantly and making remarks. And then I ended up cutting myself on the first round.
Ooh.
And he kept saying, I have no time for her. I have no time for her. And and he kept distracting me in other ways by making little remarks here and there. And I just never responded back to him until at one point I said to him, you have no idea what you're doing. So, it was a lot of drama going on because obviously he knew I had so much more experience than he did. Even though I made it to the end, he ended up winning because he just got very lucky.
Mm-hmm.
And that really that hurt me tremendously that I ended up losing against someone who was not professional, who's not a chef. And, it was a big challenge for me, and it wasn't easy for me to lose. But, the drama just kept going on through the whole show. And the judges were making remarks about him, how lousy he was in some ways, And I said to myself, how the hell did he end up winning?
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew that I'm better than that. I knew that, I had so much more experience than him. It just, and even though he tried to distract me, I ignored him because that's the best way to do it because I didn't want to lose the time frame that I had. And so that's the way I dealt with it. And it wasn't easy because the pressure's constantly on, and it's so difficult to actually translate that. You need to be in it. Like the other chef said, it's hard. It really is. But it's a great challenge knowing that at least you can make it to the end, or you can. Obviously, you want to be a winner. So it was a great experience for me, and it was a lot of fun being on the show when I think about it now. So I'm glad I did it.
So, Brandon, we don't have but about a minute left, so tell me in a quick, concise 30 seconds. I'm shocked at all this trash talking going on because that's edited out. We don't see it on TV. Did you have some trash talking going on with your competitor too?
Yeah, there was a little bit of it. I don't think it was anything overly pressing. Like you're a piece of junk or anything like that. But there was certain comments made on the first chop that I was on by certain competitors, and so you hear this stuff when you're competing. You're like, I believe in professionalism.
Okay, hold on to that thought because we're going to be right back after this brief timeout. We are talking to folks that experienced Chopped and came out the other end intact. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon, the Restaurant Brokers. Stay tuned as we satisfy your appetite for acquisition, feed the need for restaurant reality, and serve up a recipe for business success. We'll be right back after this very brief timeout.